Hello, first grade. We are going to be making an abstract artwork inspired by our story, Matthew's Dream. So you should have already watched the story and you should have played the abstract versus realistic game and taken a look at our pattern helper paper. I can speak today. So this is on your lesson if you want to pull it up, because you might need this to help you make our abstract art today. The other things that you're going to need is a sheet of paper, construction paper or computer paper. Try not to do it on lined paper because the lines kind of mess up the feel of the artwork. And the last thing you're going to need is you're going to need something you can trace a circle with. So I've got some lids here, and I have 3 different sizes, so this can be any type of lid or anything that's in the shape of a circle. You just want a couple different sizes because you don't want them all to be the same size. You ready? Let's get started. Okay, so on my paper I'm going to use my circle tracers to make 9 circles. I'm going to do 3 big, 3 medium, and 3 small, because we want a variety. Variety makes our artwork look more interesting. So I've already done my 3 big ones. I think I'll go ahead and do my medium one. Now my circles can go off the edge of my page. Also, I think I forgot to tell you that you're gonna use markers for this. If you don't have markers, crayons or colored pencils work too. Okay, so I just hold it down and trace, and I can switch, get different colors. Gonna hold it in the center and trace around. I'm gonna go ahead and trace all these circles on here. Okay, so now I've got a variety of different size circles all over my paper. Inside my circles, I'm gonna start looking at these patterns, and I'm gonna be putting patterns inside of my circles, and I'm going to try and fill them up. So for example, let's say I wanted to do a swirly pattern. I could totally do that. Does my swirly pattern fill up that circle yet? No, I still have all that empty space. So I want to work on my pattern until it completely fills the space of that circle. Now I've got a little problem right here. I've got one that's part of this circle and part of this circle because they overlap. So in those extra spaces, I'm going to just create a new pattern. So I'm going to fill up my new space with a new pattern. So all these tiny spaces, they'll get their own patterns. You can do patterns in different colors. Maybe I want to do a color pattern, so I'll do if you want to do an alternating color pattern, it's much faster if you do all one color first and then come back and put your second color in between. So be creative, have fun. Remember, a pattern is anything that repeats. You can use this paper to help you, or you can also come up with your own. And you're going to put patterns inside all of your circles, not the background yet, just inside all of your circles. So once you've filled up all of your circles with patterns, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to pick one pattern for the background, and it's going to go all the way across. So what's going to happen is this is behind my circles. So when I get to a circle, I'm going to stop, skip, and go to the other side. You do not have to choose a zigzag pattern. You could do any other pattern that you want. Just make sure that you're not drawing on top of your circles because it's the background, so that is behind. I cannot wait to see how creative you guys get with your awesome abstract art. You have 2 weeks to do it, so make sure you're spending your time and not rushing. It's not something you should get done in 5 minutes. Make it look really good, and then you can turn it into me on campus.